Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Farming Simulator 22 news video. Today we have another article, this time focusing on ground working features. Very exciting looking article this. Before we get into that, hit that subscribe button, like the video, join my Discord server, all links down below. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so today we are looking at the new ground working features in the game. We did some groundwork in Farming Simulator 22. Not only does the soil, like other surfaces, appear more natural and vivid thanks to POM, there are also new groundworking systems and a lot of new ground textures you can look forward to. So obviously we've seen, as you can see here, the stone picker, which we knew would be a feature anyway. That was one of the first features actually shown. But we're learning more in this article, and the first one we come on to is mulching. You can see here we've got the lovely Fent there. Is that the 300 or 700? Sure which one, can't quite see. Yeah, well done. Apparently I'm buying the season pass. Yeah, not sure which one that is, but you can see we've got the mulcher on the front. You can see some of those new ground textures, so it's just churning it all up, ripping it apart, if you like. Very good. So, mulching. Revelation of domestic gardening through questionable overuse bark chips. But backyards and home improvements are not what we're talking about here. Though the science is basically the same. Mulching improves the soil and therefore the yield. Farming Simulator 22, we use a mulcher attached to our tractor to cut and apply fresh grass to the surface of the soil when cultivating a grape or olive orchard, for example. After harvesting your crops, you can also mulch the stubble left on the field to improve the yield. Because it's still important to many, you also mulch to guarantee the visual appeal of grape and olive orchards, as mulching makes everything on your vineyard look nice and clean too. Also, there are bigger types of mulchers in the forestry section. They even mulch bushes and tree stumps. Almost nothing will get in the way of mulching if you apply the correct machinery. That is actually very important. So what mulching does, as I said, it basically shreds all of this. So if we look here, all of that stubble is going to be shredded up. And if you like, churned into the soil. And as that decomposes, it's going to release all of its nutrients back in. Effectively, if you like, a natural fertilizer as such. So it's quite good to see that we are getting these different groundwork systems, because this is going to make a big impact on the gameplay. It's going to be very exciting to see where else they take this, because I believe this might only be a few examples. Obviously, you can see the next one is one we've talked about before. It is stone picking. You can see that machine working here, basically collecting all those larger bits of stones so it doesn't damage the other equipment, and it just improves the quality of the soil as well, or the crop growth. Leaving the wonderful world of mulching, there's a hard reality lying dormant in the ground: stones. When cultivating or ploughing, stones can turn up on your field. Depending on what kind of cultivator you are using, the size of stones varies. Using a subsoiler, you will dig up some larger rocks compared to your shallower groundwork. The soil lies in chaos now. Oh no, but what now? When collecting stones with your stone picker, you can even make some additional money by selling them to the debris crusher. Get your revenge on those soil invaders and even get paid for it. Before you begin to sow your crops now, you should take care of the stones one way or another. You can also turn stones off if you like. So this is something I've actually mentioned before when talking about the stone picker. I wondered if there'd be a way to make money off of these, maybe selling them to a quarry or a sort of concrete factory. Obviously, we've got the debris crusher where we can actually sell them, so can make money off of what we pick up, which is going to be very good, very handy as well. So it's going to actually make this more worthwhile than just improving the yield and protecting the machinery, which is very cool to see. Leaving them on the field will damage your machines. Not only that, your problem will get worse. More and bigger stones will turn up. If you don't like to collect them, there's another method to get rid of them, at least the smaller ones. Here comes another groundworking mechanic into play that ties into stones. Yes, stones are the gift that keeps on giving. Another new feature is soil rolling. If you picked large rocks out of the ground, you need to collect them. With smaller stones turning up after cultivating or ploughing, you can also use this spectacular looking agricultural tool called a roller. They simply press them into the ground again. Yes, just roll over them. They had it coming, threatening the well-being of your expensive machines. That's quite good to see that we've now got a use for these rollers, and I'm sure if we read further on, they'll have another use. But I know in real life these are also aerators. So you see on the discs here they have ridges. As that punctures the ground, it essentially makes holes for air to get in, um, which is better for the crops. Rollers are not just a tool to conceal the rocky consequences of cultivating or ploughing, though. After sowing your crops, you gain an additional yield bonus when rolling over, flattening and compressing the seedbed. Considering the type of crop and field size, we're talking about a considerable amount of money. So, yep, that's another reason there as well, flattening and compressing the seedbed, and that's going to effectively make sure that those seeds are underground and are able to grow, and also keeps birds and pests away from them a little bit more. There's also incentive to get your roll on when you're a grassland enthusiast, as rolling around on your meadows grants you a fertilizing stage. Mind that rolling over grass sets it back to the first growth stage, so you could roll over the grass when it's freshly cut and mowed. Now here we get to see the new ground textures. So you can see stubble tillage, so this will be when you go over it with the mulcher. Got the cultivated soil there. Then the seed bed, so I'd say that's once you've planted it. Then get the rolled seed bed down here, which is obviously once you've put the roller over it. And then the sown ground and planted ground. The ploughed texture and then ridge texture. Then got the two different grass textures. So the grown grass looking a bit more vibrant than the cut grass, of course. The harvest ready second lot of harvest ready ground and the first lot. So that depends on which crop you planted. And then we've also got the direct sown. So that'd be sowing it from basically this stage here. Quite cool to see those. We revised basically all ground textures in Farming Simulator 22. You'll notice more visual diversity. And when playing with some friends invited to your farm, you'll definitely notice if those slackers haven't rolled the seedbed, as the texture looks different from one where it's not. Don't let them get away with lowering your yield. So that is quite a cool little article showing more of those game features, which is very good. It's so nice to see that Farming Simulator are taking the game, I say, to the next level. They're almost advancing 6 levels on with what they're adding. They're making this game so much more realistic. With all of these features and systems that they're adding, it's gonna be a really, really good one. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Let me know what your opinions are on this article. Let me know in the comments or in my Discord server. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Uh, all links that you need will be in the description, including one to this article. So if you want to check it out for yourself, feel free. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.